Bit of a weird one today. You know, we're bin diving. It's 12 o'clock at night, lad. Getting straight in that skip, mate. Trying to earn a £1 note. Ka-ching. You mad? Back and biceps, mate. Straight in there, 7 days back in the gym, lad. Come on! Yeah. 7 days back in the gym, mate. My body's ticking over nicely, mate. We're back on scene, lads. We're back on scene, mate. You know, we can throw away all that humble nonsense now, mate. You know, do you really think I've become who I am today? From worrying about flipping belly fat? Nah, mate. No. I'm about to show you the real me. No, it's all fun and games. Trying to get abs for the vlogs and that. But it's not me, mate. It's, you know, so... You know what I mean, lads? I'm trying to be real out here, lads. I'm not here to try and lose weight, mate. Right? So, you know, welcome to the proper game, son. Bang those weight. At the end of the day, the only person that's going to benefit from me having abs is Shorty, like, but I'm not even arsed, bro. Yeah, she can suffocate, right? No proper heavyweights in the game 2026, lad. We're not trying to operate like Orlando Bloom or one of them, lad. You know what I'm saying, mate? This is it, lad. Lat pull downs. My form looks a bit scuffed on this. But don't be fooled, mate. Narrow grip on the straight bar. Pull your elbows in nice and tight, lad. You know, really locate them lats. Yeah, to be honest, I think the weight was a bit too heavy, like, not gonna lie. But this is what you do, mate. This gets me wide anyway. And it does. You'll see as the weeks go by. Like, you know what I mean? I shape up nicely, lad. Look, on the straight, narrow grip, narrowish anyway. Locking those elbows, pull them forward, down, tight, in. Greatest fitness advice on social media. Yeah, it is. Give it a scream. 2026, lads. Put your foot on its neck. Don't even let it breathe, lad. You know, just, mate, stay locked in, mate. There's no drugs, there's no nonsense. We don't even entertain these things anymore. You know, high standards, lad. High standards, and having high standards, you've also got to have a high standard for yourself. Do you know what I mean, mate? If you're expecting to be around the right things and the right people and the right women, you've got to really look at yourself, lad, and go, right, well, I can't be flipping relapsing, do you know what I'm saying? So, I know it's tough, but look at yourself in the mirror. And I know sometimes you are powerless to this kind of stuff, especially if you're a man of God, because it's spiritual. You know, the devil will be against you, lad. It's not just worldly temptation. Everything will be going right for you, and then there will be an attack on your mind spiritually, and it can be tough, lad. But you need to look in the mirror and go, the things I want in this life, it requires a version of me. You know, it requires a version of you that just has zero tolerance to this kind of stuff. Like, I'm gonna tell you the truth now, yeah. 3 years with God, mate, and no matter how much God is on your side, lad, the hard truth, the hard pills to swallow, lad, is eventually you're going to come to the realisation, no matter how bad things are getting, lad, you can't go back to the thing that God's delivered you from, because the consequence is just going to be horrendous. Like, God will forgive you. Of course God will forgive you, and he will give you crazy strength in the comeback season, lad, but the consequences are not forgiven, mate. You know, if he's separated you away from women, lad, because he wants you to be with the right one, lad, and you start going sleeping around, the consequences are just going to keep ramping up, because God needs to teach you a lesson. You know, flipping out, lad, I've woke up with guns to my head. I've flipping, and these weren't no water pistols, believe me. I got a bit impatient and pursued another girl to shoot the wrong one, lad. Ended up getting me flipping heartbroke. It's like the love, the unconditional love that God will fill you up with. You need to protect it, and you need to use it on yourself, lad. Yeah, it needs to be under lock and key, mate. Build yourself up, stay locked in. I'm talking to someone now, I don't know who I'm speaking to, lad. You know, but this is the real stuff. Bent over those, put 40 key each side. Couldn't hit it, lad. Fuming. So we're going back again. The Saints vest is out. Flipping out, right. Repping the St. Helens basketball team everywhere I go, mate. They flipping owe me, you know. I won't pay him. You know, I'm due a paycheck for this, mate. you best hurry up, because my electric bill's £170 a month. Single man in his flat, £170 a month. You'd think I've got a grow on. I'm serious. Look at the form on this. Shocking, lads. Shocking, mate. Bent over O's. We've turned into a shrug, but it is what it is. You know, sometimes it's not all about the form, mate. Sometimes you just need to flipping get in there, mate, and tap into your Tarzan-like nature. And just show your nervous system who's boss. And then over time, you'll get it. You know what I'm saying, mate? Being out of order, I've just had to drink out the Pure Gym taps. Now, trust me, I'm not a snob. But every time I drink out of this gaff, lad, I get ill for 3 days, bro. So, you know, chalk it up, son. What's that all about? Moving swiftly on. Upright rows. I had 10s on either side last time. So I banged 15s on now. And this is it, mate. Progression. Soon come back. Muscle memory, but, lad, you'll be laughing, mate. Get back in the gym, mate. Carb up. Carbs are important, mate, especially on the rebound, lad. You know, get all that glycogen in the muscle, mate. And you'll be back on scene, bro. And when you're back on scene, mate, start screaming and shouting and just flipping tapping in, lad. You know, forget what people think. I told you this. You know? Listen, mate. You need to tap in to the most confident version of yourself possible. And by doing that, you have to express yourself in the kind of ways I do, lad. And I told you, it'll carry over to your real life. You need to be a one-man wrecking ball in this life, lad. Yeah, wherever you go, lad, you're just locked in, mate. And this is how it needs to be, mate. You know, and I know it can be cringe, but my best advice to you is you have to be cringe, lad. You have to, do you know what, mate, flipping that, lad. There's loads of embarrassing stuff I put out here on social media and that. A lot of the stuff that I've done with all my old vlogs, like, people just think you're just some big softy, some big cringe flipping fool, lad. But what you're really doing is you're tapping into all these different areas of your life. You're tapping into your childlike nature, bringing all that joy back that you lost in your childhood and your teens, lad, you know, to become a fully developed character. So why everyone's laughing at you and judging you, thinking you're just some knobhead, what you're really doing is working on yourself in ways people are too scared to do, lad. You know? So go out there, do what makes you giggle, mate. You know, do what makes you laugh. You know, flipping out, you're going to lose order in the eyes of other people for having a smile on your face. In this day and age that we live in now, people think it's weak and they think you're just a big softy and gullible and easily manipulated. If you're giggling and got a smile on your face and you've got joy in your eyes, lad, it's, lad, do you know what I'm saying, mate? Oh, mate, flipping out the state, lad. Anyway, yeah, we'll all be dead one day. Do what makes you laugh, do what makes you giggle, get right with God, mate. Yeah, and don't worry, lad. All this cringe stuff, mate, you'll tweak it along the way. So go full on cringe, be the most cringe version of you can be, and then you'll tweak it along the way. Because sometimes you go, right, flipping out, that was a bit too flipping, you know what I mean, mate? So let's just flipping, turn that down a notch. And you'll find the right balance and you'll be a fully developed character, lad. You know, so you can tap into all different areas. There's 100 different sides of you then. You know, you can have a laugh. You can watch SpongeBob SquarePants with a smile on your face, but then you can start breaking jaws, lad, whenever and wherever. You know what I mean? So there's a duality in your personality and people are not ready for that because it's not really seen. But I'm here to tell you now, with God, you'll become the real deal, mate. You know, you'll become so authentic, lad. You're just in a league of your own because nobody can be you. You know, become the best developed version of yourself, lad. And I'm telling you, mate, it'll change your life with Jesus. Amen. We'll finish off with a couple of shrugs. Got a bit carried away there preaching, but it is what it is, mate. If we go with the flow, we go with the flow, innit? Peace.